Hey, today we're here at Pizzey Park, which is a high performance environment, and we're standing in the kitchen. This is where the magic really starts to happen. Athletes, it's important for them to do three things really well. Obviously training, sleeping, and nutrition. And it's the interaction of those three things that will ultimately allow an athlete to achieve the best that they're capable of. My name's Dr. Greg Cox, and I'm the nutrition lead for Triathlon Australia. And today I'm going to talk to you about milk. When I was a young fella, my old man was a milko on the Gold Coast, and in those days you had two milk choices. You either had a blue top milk or you had a red top milk. And you can see just in front of me is just a small selection of the range of milks that you can get available in the everyday supermarket. If you're going to pick a milk, it's really important to get familiar with the food label. And for me, that means I've got to pop the glasses on at this point. If you just take a dairy milk, for instance, you'll find that if you look per 100 mils, and when you're comparing milk, it's the easiest comparison. So rather than per serve, you want to go straight to the per 100 mil area on the ingredients list. So per 100 mils, you'll find that the protein and carbohydrate content of milk is almost 1-to-1. The fat amount per 100 mils will depend on whether or not you get a full fat milk or a 2% or reduced fat or a low fat milk. What you'll find is that with other milks, the protein to carbohydrate ratio will vary. And you'll find that in things like soy milks, it'll almost be 1-to-1. But in certain other milks like rice or coconut and select almond milks, the protein content will be quite low. So essentially, you're drinking a milk, a low protein milk. The other thing that varies across all the milk range is the calcium content. So in a full gas milk, like a dairy milk or a fortified soy milk, you'll find that the calcium per 100 mils is about 100 to 120 milligrams per 100 mils. In some of the lower calcium milks, you'll find that the calcium content could be as low as 20 to 30 milligrams per 100 mils. Obviously, your dairy foods or dairy alternatives are a great way to assist you to meet your daily calcium requirements, which is an important target for triathletes that are training regularly each day. So perhaps the most common alternative to milk dairy milk, I should say, is soy milk. And people often will migrate to soy milk because they find that they get an upset stomach when they drink dairy milk, and that's fine. And I think it's important for people to find a milk that they're most comfortable with. You do need to reflect on the Australian Dietary Guidelines, keeping in mind that it's important to have regular serves of dairy or dairy alternatives. So if you're looking at dairy alternatives, it's important to pick a milk that mirrors that of a dairy milk, which means that it's high in protein, carbohydrate, and a great source of calcium. So if you're looking at soy milks, and there's two just in front of us here, this milk here it's a fortified product. And what I mean by that is that it's been added to. So where it's been added to is mainly around the calcium content, which brings it in line with that of your regular dairy milk. So this product here, it's a great choice as well. It's mainly organic, it's vegan as the other one is as well. But what you'll find is that the calcium content of this particular milk, that's the one thing that it differentiates from this milk here, is the calcium content's about 1/5 of what you're finding in this product. So it's really important, if you're looking at the product as an alternative to a dairy milk, that you're picking up a milk and you're looking at the food label and you're understanding it. Just to reiterate, the calcium content per 100 mils of a soy milk to be equivalent to that of a dairy milk needs to be around 100 milligrams per 100 mils.